these folks had been thoroughly therapized, like they spoke the lingo better than I did at that point. And they could tell you all about their alcoholic family dynamics and their shame-based self and the chain analysis of what led them to relapse and how alcoholism from their great-grandfather has been passed down through the generations, and they still drink. So it's like these folks were sufficiently aware both of their vulnerability factors and the mental processes that lead them to drink and relapse, and yet they continue to do so. By the same token, that same day I could see somebody with a very low insight who would come into the office and say, I want to stop drinking. Why? I don't know, I don't like it anymore. And he just decides not to put the alcohol in his mouth anymore, and he's in recovery, like he's getting better that way. Obviously subject to happening, it happens to lots of folks. It's like a broken leg, is that maybe you need to take some time off the field and heal and do what you need to do to get to a place where you can contribute positively to the team effort. And insisting that you should play in spite of that insult or that injury to your heart or to your mind, I think that just is in spite of reality on some level. Does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense, yeah.
And so I always, sometimes, I think every week I'm dealing with consultations from guys who are in less than satisfying relationships. And they think, yeah, she tells me she's still trying to get over her trust issues from the ex that cheated on her, or she had a narcissist. There's no need to go forward with somebody who's still in the process of healing. And it's certainly not, I tell these men, it's not your responsibility to make all of these changes to the game to accommodate where she is emotionally or psychologically. It's like, we're not going to change the rules of football so that people with broken legs can play. And we should be cautious about going out of our way to allow that to happen. Just give people some time, take 6 months, 12 months, heal up, get better, and then get back on the field. It's not a big deal.
Aren't we often, though, finding a partner that might be slightly broken in hopes that we can fix them up and then make them something that maybe we couldn't get if they were 100% when we sure are convinced that it will, though. We try so hard.
Yeah, people often think like a romantic, that kind of relationship can make you happier. It can.
You chase it until you are exhausted, and you chase it some more.
A lot of people do that, yeah. I think we need relationships. Like, a life without relationships would be very hard. I think Aristotle said that only a beast or a god could live outside of society. And society is formulated of relationships. Like, you'd have to be so self-sufficient and independent that you would need nobody, which would make you, I don't even know what it would make you. Or you're just half feral. So most of us need relationships. And they are potentially a great source of our meaning and satisfaction. They don't have to be romantic relationships, though. I think friendships are actually more important than romantic relationships in many respects. Being in that household under these circumstances, they can have those things affect them for often the rest of their lives even. But like I say, most of the word dysfunction is the word function. Dysfunction mostly works. If it didn't, no one would fucking do it. So that's something to keep in mind when you're potentially judging other people and or judging yourself, is that there's probably a reason why you do the things that you do, even if they cause you pain.
Yeah, humans are interesting.
They're fascinating, man. And we're all psychologists to some degree or another.
You kind of have to be, don't you?
You do, because people are both a potential solution to a problem and the biggest fucking problem you're ever going to have in your life.
When your partner is giving you a hard time over something and you just see it as like it's not really warranted, you have to